Ever since I was a kid, I fell in love with this shit. I've been grinding for some years just to get in this bitch. Watch out for the industry, deliver them hits. Then be in LA trying to find a girl that drink hadn't hit. Damn, I ain't mean to spill the tea. I took a journey on the toll road. I had to pay the fee. Your mother fed.
Here's what they think about you. 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 Here's what they think about you.
If you look at the statistics, African American voters are voting in just as high a percentage as Americans.
What's good, and welcome to the latest edition of Chop It Up with Lorenza. I'm your host. I'm smiling because I'm doing something that I like, but this is not a happy topic to broach with you guys. Earlier today, I hate to date these things, but earlier today, man, Mitch McConnell wasn't caught on a hot mic at all. What you just heard just now, that's not a hot mic. He was asked a question, and that's how he responded. He responded to a question about voting, Black people voting, with African Americans have voted just as much as Americans, or they bro, he literally othered us. All jokes aside, this is one of those things that literally tells you, as Ice Cube would tell you in the song No Vaseline in the beginning, here's what they think about you. Now, with that being said, there's not a man, woman, or child that I know that respects Mitch McConnell that can be in my life. Because if you respect Mitch McConnell, if you support Mitch McConnell, then that means that you can justify or will at least try to understand where the fuck it was he was coming from when he said what he said. And quite frankly, there's no justification for it. The man was born in a different time. Stop saying bullshit like that, because his time is right now. You are the time that you're in. That time is dead. But there are people like him that keep that shit alive. And there's people that support him to keep that shit alive. I don't expect to see a lot of non-Black newscasters talking about this tomorrow. Every time something like this happens, they're going to run to a Black colleague to get them to talk about how they feel about this. But damn that, man, I want to hear what y'all got to say. I want to hear how offended y'all are. I want y'all to recognize that he has othered us. I want y'all to recognize a lot of the other shit that the other party does as well, and that's pander to us separately. There's a reason why when someone is trying to run for a Democratic office, they go to a Black church, they get up there and they start speaking with the and shit like they preaching to us. It's because we've been othered. There's not much to say with this shit, man. I just wanted to be here to point this shit out because you might not see it, but I did. And because I did, I need you to know. And that's all I got right now. But it ain't over yet. This shit right here is going to blossom because this shit right here is tied to the passing of the Voting Rights Act. And that's because the filibuster was not stopped yet. So I'll be back later to explain to you what a filibuster is. Let me say it that way, because I did study that, unfortunately. And obviously be back with more of the shit about Mitch, bro. But don't be mistaken. Mitch is not the only one that believes this way. And he's Republican. I guarantee you some Democrats to feel the exact same way. Be safe out there, man. It's kind of where we live in right now, bro. Well, it's kind of where we've always lived in. Until next time, peace.